Cycle 2, Cephei 6. Technically, the cycle's not over. I've actually got 6 ticks left. But nothing else is going to happen. I'm not going to be able to film tomorrow for a computer, so rather than have another crappy screen recording, and then or doing two together, I thought I'd just do all at once. Okay. So if you remember last cycle, I messed up my defense here by accidentally sending away my saboteur. That was annoying. I had agreed to form an alliance with Orange here, Wamata, who's also allied with Johan to the south of them. Johan borders Pretty Kitty. Wamata also borders two of the bots, as well as, of course, both of them bordering Anchorite. So I'm guessing Johan is kind of here-ish. Pretty Kitty had 3 explorers all going north, so she could actually be really easily up to here. Right, he hasn't mentioned soda water. So only Pretty Kitty there. I'm fighting Barat. And Cygnus is currently allied with Barat. I initially wanted to try and convince him to attack Barat with me. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. He's not been responding to my messages. So that's why I jumped into an alliance with these two, thinking I had no other options. These two aren't great options too. Both of these are now positioning to pincer red. Like I'm just talking with green. I'm not allied with. And then I managed to flip it over the course of this cycle. Oh no, that's the global chat. So, right, see, no, this is me. Like, look, I got. So, full day. I've sent messages. He's not responded. Trying to be friendly. I was like, all right, I'm attacking Tucio. That's this star with something on it, right? Move off or do something, right? Because I assume you're an enemy. If you're helping my enemy, right? And then he's like, "You go. I've spent the last 10 hours trying to zero on you, and it's still a loss." The joys of being incognito, no one having a clue who I am. I'm quite amused by it. And I try again. All right, try to help me take down Barat because that's still my best option. I don't really want to be starting a 2 or more. Barat, I think I can take down on my own. But can I take down both of them when he has not fought, as far as I know yet? I go out and form a alliance. Okay, cool. Well, obviously that's complicated by the fact I've already made an alliance. So I'm basically saying, look, 4 is a bit big, but I think we can do it. Yeah, here's sort of the options that we've got, right? Here's kind of, that's not a problem for you. Like, this is what we'll do with it in terms of expansion paths. Oh, wow, you're very thorough. As far as I'm concerned, this is the bare minimum you should do. Like, where am I going to grow? What is my expansion path? If I make an alliance with you, who we're going to hit? Where are we each going to grow? I find Johan's not responded. I'm pretty sure Johan is new because he doesn't understand War Machine. He doesn't understand a bunch of other stuff, complaining about the mechanics of the game. Pretty Kitty is not new, based upon their decisions and speaking. And I think Pretty Kitty is going to wipe up Johan. So again, I'm not too fussed about being a 4 because I think we're actually a 3 soon. Johan's not responded, but basically had to signal like this is a done deal as far as I'm concerned. Here's who I am, Kaine. I know, not doing any good. Because I don't want him. I don't want him to spook and think that he's being played and attack me. Right? This would be the worst moment for that. That's the politics. Pretty Kitty has also reached out and said, "Hey, do you want an ally?" And I've just kind of ghosted her for now. I've not responded. It wasn't that long ago. And I need to respond soon. I'm probably going to basically just say, look, my priority right now is securing my northern border and negotiating some deals. I'm not really looking to expand alliances in the south yet because it doesn't help me secure the borders. And I need to see where the dust settles on those allies first. Right? All true. the hidden subtext is, of course, that I'm not mentioning is I will never ally with you. You're fighting one of my allies already, and I'm going to probably eat you soon. But well, not that soon, but soonish. Anyway, that's the politics of the world. Let's go to politics by another means, aka war. And I'm annoyed that I didn't blow up the lieutenant, but it's not the end of the world. I have rolled weapons, and I am going to roll it, gonna get it in 11 ticks after I pump some science. My original plan was to wait until the tick drop, until the tick after this, and then I see these ships coming in, 7 ticks away, and then I see I am 4 ticks from here, 6 ticks from here, giving me the ability to get there before those ships land with there's 2 carriers, so was it 37? Oh yeah, plus the construction, I think it's 38 or 39 ships. About too short of where I would like to be because of those 10 on Haven, but I think, fuck it, just gonna have to roll with it. The reason I say that is that I've now got a lieutenant here as well, plus my weapons and my infiltrator, right? This is currently weapons 3, my lieutenant, I am weapons 2, infiltrator, he's down to weapons 2, so this is weapons 2 versus weapons. Right, the reason I'd rather have 41 is that if this moved down and he bought an infiltrator, I would be 2 to 1, and I need a 2-1 ratio to win, which would be 41. Ideally, it'd be more like 45 because then I'd be able to kill that as well. But I think it's worth the risk, and I decide to go with it. And it's because you only had but a fairly narrow window to do it. Right, this is where now I've finally had made the deal with Cygnus. Cygnus moves off. I move in. That lands. Oh no, 26 ships coming in. What a shame. But they land a tick after weapons. So this is going to be weapons 3 to weapons 1, bloodbath. This was weapons 1 to weapons 3, another bloodbath. Because of the lieutenant. And then set up for my one on Avon. These nicely don't let me blunder. Together, 25 versus 10. Another, so it's he's got weapons 1 plus the asteroids for 2 plus defender bonus 3 minus 1 for infiltrator 2, and I've got now landing after tick, after weapons drop, for them to being me weapons 3 versus him weapons 2. Sorry for all the beeps. And solid win, right? Technically, I could make a run here and get it before prod, but it's too risky. Right, with the 24 here, I use double specs. Yeah, this is already growing pretty rapidly. I would at best land with like 1 or 2 ships. Not worth it. Right? This is why I say nothing else is interesting is happening. This is actually it's still allied up, right? They can just flip and take it whenever they want. That's another difference between Pride and this. Alliances stop immediately and the next tick they're gone. But with this border secured, looks like probably they both go this way. We're at the pushover. I really cannot see these going to anybody else apart from me. That's his capital, by the way. And yeah, pretty happy with that. And the presence of the capital gives me some info because, right, define contribution, find structures. So that means go outside today's capital here. That means Anchorite's capital is here. Masters must be here. I'll find out soon. Scout. right? Uh, this is a slightly bigger angle than the other one. I think this must be here. That checks out from the direction that the raider came. I mean, spot here, here, I guess. Johan's here. Pretty Kitty's here. Ish. There must be. I think must be a player here. Actually, missing my equation for Pretty Kitty because of where the explorers came from. They came from this direction. I suspect that's there. So the water must be here. I think level with Pretty Kitty. Suggest there's a player here as well. Go outside is indicated as a player this way. Don't know who. Don't know if they're in Northern Cygnus. But I've got most of the map accounted for. I've got potentially 4 allies, a bit bigger than I want to. That's 1/3 of the players in the game. There's still bots as well. And then, yeah, my problem last game was benchmarking. I'll essentially still be here, right? Plus 7, plus I've got banking coming from Malta, right? So for 70 income, it's going to be around 550. Economy is going to be 36 and 315 times 8 dollars 20, right? End of tick 2. That's where I'm going to sit. I compared to Cholombo's world, which did indeed end up being Cholombo's world. By the way, I don't know if anyone knows that Cholombo was not in fact the creator of this game. I said that in one of my previous videos. They just thought it was funny. They just thought it was funny to put his name as the name of the world. And I didn't know any better because I was new. So anyway, if I look at Cholombo's world, right, the top 2 players here, 19 and 18 versus my 20. Cool. Now, bear in mind we started with about half the cash in this game, but also significantly less resource, right, by the end of cycle 2. Half the science, less industry, less economy, right? For this person, Fialti is the other largest one, again there, and then me, at 12 stars, and again, kind of way smaller. Scanning and range don't count, but yeah, kind of similar. Although the tech profile is kind of hard to compare because they've got completely different costs, right? So 100 less income, 200 less income, 250 less income than I'm going to have in the other game. And 20 stars. So 20 stars is already my allocation. It's 20 stars per player, right? So I've got my fair share of stars by cycle 2. In this game, which as a reminder, or tell you, is when I came second, I hit 20 stars midway through cycle 4. Obviously, just further along, so I had more cycle 4 had more income. But actually, like, science was about what I've already got, right? I had a fairly substantial science lead in this game. Now, again, we started with more income, so this is an extra cycle along. So, pretty good. And then also, the other thing to note, I realized with my metrics before benchmarking that they get thrown a lot by the presence of binary stars, which are massive infrastructure sinks. Well, I've got 3 binary stars. We go back to cycle 40 benchmarking, right? Go to Ephialtes, right? With those, Ephialtes had nearly 20 stars and only 2 binary stars. Favorite artist had 20-ish stars and only 2 binary stars. I've already got 3. Like you're gonna get a 4th coming. And my other stars are still pretty good as well, right? Look, this one's almost a capital. This one's almost a capital, right? These other ones are kind of 40-ish. Not bad. I am also looking forward to soon having a gated route across my empire. A couple of cycles still, one more range, right? But all I need to do is build a gate on my home star, and suddenly that's gated. Uh, I'll have that by that point. Gated that. It's pretty damn good, actually. Um, yeah, that's probably gonna be cycle 5 or something like that. I'll have a complete gate system. Not the most efficient one, but a complete gate system. So, all told, apart from my mess up infiltrator, I think this start went about as well as it could have. I think I'm in a good position with solid borders. Both seem like they will be reliable allies if I can secure the Sickness Alliance. If Johan agrees, if Johan said no, I'm just like, come on, dude, fuck off. It doesn't affect you. This is an easy war. Once that war's done, both of these will be distracted with other wars and weaker than me and can be hit in the ass, which is nice. Or Anchorite as well. I could be the third person in the Anchorite party. Fourth person, I guess. Anchorite's there too. So yeah, all told, this was about as good a start as I think I could have possibly had in terms of how I played the cards I got dealt. But also just like it's a lot of stars, right, that were available to me, and I took most of them. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty satisfied about this. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes Neptune's Pride have had a lot of wins from pitiful starts. In fact, I've had more wins from pitiful starts than I have had from good starts. But part of that is because in public games you can see your opponents, and so when people see that they have a lead in Neptune's Pride early on, everybody's like, "Shit, Kaine's got a lead. We've got to gang up on him." So I've tended to prefer to fly under the radar as long as I can in Neptune's Pride until it's too late for people to deal with me. But I don't have an issue here because it's complete dark and the leaderboard, no one's able to see it really. As well as that, right? As I say, right? Um, the ally, ally, 4 change of plots. Disgusting. Well, so maybe not. Um, Currently friendly with, well, 3 allies, 4 kind of napped-ish, at least peaceful relations, not necessarily formal nap. I've got formal nap with Soda Water, not the other 3. 1 enemy, viewing the 3 unknown quantity. Um, so, all this, long way of saying, not a bad position to be in the cycle. Let's hope I can keep you up.